basic seasoning for the salads in the kitchen with Hudson and Halls.
Good evening, everybody. Hello, welcome to the show. Hello to everybody at home as well.
And here she is. Been at the hairdressers all day, she has. She's doing makeup. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, everybody. And to everybody at home. You're looking awfully well again tonight, aren't they?
Now, we're going to do for you what? Three salads?
We're going to do 3 salads. One with duck breast, one with smoked chicken, and one with more warm mushrooms. The kitchen's just gone past.
And, of course, you've seen one of our guests for tonight, the Schnorbits. And, of course, later on, you're going to meet her owner. That's the wonderful Bernie Winters.
That's going to be interesting when I come to put that on this evening. If Charles is handy, my sleeves are inside out. I just want to wash my hands. Not that she isn't clean. She's been at the hairdresser all afternoon. But just explaining these salads, these are not actually salads to be served with anything. They're salads that to a meal on themselves, either an entree or adding little more to them to make them into an actual dinner. So that's the principle behind this. And also, interestingly enough, well, I think it is, they're all going to be served warm.
Now, the one thing about these salads is this: you have to watch, because what we're going to do every part of the bits that go to the 3 salads. That's the 3 dressings, all the bits like the mushrooms, the croutons, and everything else. To put them all together, get them all ready, and then put them together with Bernie's help later on.
Correct.
So the first dressing is for the duck salad, and it is just the grated rind of an orange, finely grated rind of 1 orange, plus, of course, the juice. Now, duck and orange has got a great affinity, as you know, when it's cooked and it's hot, but it's just as nice when it's done this way as well. So just 1 fresh orange. There's nothing, this is not really a very acidy dressing, for the simple reason you've only got the orange juice to get it to the, giving you that little bit of acidity. If you want it a little bit sharper, you can add a touch of lemon juice. And remember that when you add a touch of lemon to orange, it always makes the orange more orangey. Then we've got a little bit of chopped garlic here. You can either crush it or finely chop it, but I've actually chopped it. Also to half a teaspoon of sugar, just to sweeten it up and to amalgamate it. A little bit of pepper. And when I say a little, these are so hard to grind, you don't get much out of them anyway, do you? A little bit of salt, not too much. And then some olive oil. Now, this is virgin olive oil. You only need about a couple of tablespoons, because you don't need a lot to dress these salads. It's just a hint to give it that flavour at the top. Then all you need to do with that is shake it up, and then don't pop it in the fridge. Keep it out of room temperature, so it's much nicer, and shake it again just before you serve it. And that's one of the dressings.
Now, another one I'm going to do, a dressing that's going with David's smoked chicken breast that he's doing. I've got here 2 tablespoons of finely chopped fresh mint, which I'm just going to put in the same little canister here. Would spill everywhere. I'm going to read these because the measurements are important. Adding to that 1 tablespoon of runny honey.
Runny honey?
Runny honey, so I've got to do this twice. I'm using this instead of sugar because it does give it a more, what should we say, pungent taste to the dressing itself. So a tablespoon of runny honey, as I only have a dessert spoon. A little black... I have to do that. Wait on, I've got all to pieces. Just a minute. Just a minute. I can't read and cook at the same time either. 3 tablespoons of cider vinegar rather than a strong white, which is spilled all over the place, but never mind. 1, 2, and a 3. You could use lemon juice if you prefer, rather than using vinegar. A little black pepper. I'm not adding any salt because when I chopped up the mint, I did it with a knife, and I added a little salt to that to make it granular so it chopped more easily, like you do when you do... you know what's that stuff?
Mint?
Garlic.
Garlic.
I've just done mint, you fool.
Garlic.
And finally to this I'm adding, I can't find my place, but I know it's 2 tablespoons of, don't roll off the bench, 2 tablespoons of salad oil. Now, I'm not using virgin in this case because it would be as an olive oil because it would be by far too strong for the taste. So I want the softness of a salad oil. And again, that's just going in there and going to be shaken up at a later date.
Now that also goes then with the chicken one, doesn't it?
Yes.
Well, give it a good shake. Don't tittle around with it. Give it a real one.
Bernie's meant to do all this. He's going to do the castanet story.
The third one is sort of a similar thing between the two, but it has just one slight difference. It has, again, just ordinary vegetable oil to start with, a couple, 2 or 3 tablespoons of vegetable oil, the juice, again, of an orange, the grated rind of the orange, and again, if you want to, you can add to that a little bit of lemon juice, then some runny honey, but before I put that in, we're using tarragon, and you need about a teaspoon of dried tarragon leaves. You could use fresh, but dried work just as well. But if you're using dried, make sure you do this about 3 hours at least before you actually serve it, so that dried tarragon gets through. And then again, some more honey. You know, he'd burn his hands to get a bit of camera space. He would. He'd cut his head off to get a bit of camera space. About three scant.
Hot.
Do you mind, you lot? I want to say watching him all the time. What about me?
It's hot.
I'm here. 3 scant tablespoons of runny honey again. So you just again mix all that together, and this is enough for at least 4 people to do this one. So again, just shake that all around, and it really is delicious using liquid honey rather than sugar to sweeten it.
Oh, that's lovely.
You can go on now.
Now, what I was going to say to you was I've preheated the griller, which I think is fairly evident to everybody here. But I've preheated the griller, and this is very important. I've got here half a duck breast, which I've boned, and I'm leaving the fat on because that's very, very important. I'm just going to brush this with a little, again, salad oil, because I don't want to over-taste this, on both sides, and then just put this on a very hot preheated griller, because I only want to just cook this. A gorilla. And then just a little salt over the top of that, like that. That just helps. And I'm going to grill this firstly skin side up, because then the fats will drip through the meat, keep it moist, but also eventually the fats, of course, will all have gone into the bottom of the dish. Now, how am I going to turn that in? I can shut this. Now, we're talking about 4 minutes on either side. With this oven, I can actually shut the doors to grill on an electric oven. Normally, you shouldn't at all.
Right. Just a little butter and oil in a pan, and also I cut up some bread, as you can see there, with just into very small cubes. Now, use bread, cut it up a day in advance and let it go slightly stale before you do it, because it takes up less oil that way, and just put them in and fry them. Now, I did these earlier because I thought they were going to take a while, but in actual fact, they didn't take very long to go brown, which is rather strange. Normally, they take a little bit longer than that. But just soda them around very quickly. Then when you've finished, the best thing to do with them is let them go to about that colour like they are there now, not too dark, because they do actually darken up when you've taken them out because of the heat. And just pop those into a dish together, you know, so you've got paper in it to take off the excess oil and butter. And then these go into one of the salads. I can't even remember which one at the moment, but still I know they're going to one of them. But because Peter said we're doing them warm, we then pop those in the oven and keep them warm before we serve the actual salad itself. That's all I've got to do there,
I'm not
Peter.
supposed to be over here.
What are you doing of?
You normally talk so long, I'm not want to be there. Now, what I'm going to do here is, for these salads again, just because these are hot, they're solid copper and tin saucers, but my goodness, they're hot. I've just heated about a teaspoon of, again, vegetable oil in these pans. I just want to toast here. I'm going to do firstly 2 tablespoons of pine nuts. Heat the pans up, because we're only talking here really about 2 minutes. And in the other pan, I'm doing 2 tablespoons of sesame seeds. Now, they're both for different salads, but the pine nuts are a most beautiful flavour. If you've never had them and toasted them, absolutely stunning. All we're talking here is just really heating these to expand the flavour. So just toss these round in a little oil. I'm using 2 different spoons here, but as you can see, those pine nuts are already turning a light golden brown. Now, that is sufficient. I'm going to kill him in a minute when there's a break, if there is a break. Because a lot of people, when they're frying something like this, or croutons, they cook them until they're the brown you think they should be, but when you take them off and put them on kitchen paper, they actually go much darker, so you end up with awful brown croutons or awful brown sesame seeds. But I'm just saying, we are really only bursting the flavours here of these. These have gone like gum. Does that matter?
No, not really. Well, what happened to them?
They've all gone funny.
Why?
Doesn't matter.
What, are they sesame seeds?
I wouldn't ask.
I'm supposed to sprinkle them over later.
Do you know, I knew I didn't fry them. Yes,
Why?
I do. It doesn't matter. Get on.
You toast them.
Because you got your bit right.
No, you toast them.
I knew it. I knew I was doing something wrong. You toast them, actually. You don't fry them. Know-all.
Well, one of us has got to remember how it
bit
goes.
right.
Right. Now, we've done this before. We want some red
Untoasted.
peppers. That'll do. That's even better than claggy. Actually, if you toast them, put them on an oven tray, just pop them in the oven for about 10 minutes.
Slice your mushrooms.
About 200 degrees, and then shake them around and bring them out and they're fine. I'm not slicing my mushroom, I'm doing my peppers. Now, we've got some red peppers, and you just put them in the grill, under the grill, until they blacken up like this.
God, I looked.
Turn it over! No, don't turn it down!
Turn it down!
While Peter's dealing with his duck breast in there, you take the red... You ready? You finished?
It's not my move. Get on and do your bit.
Turn it as a boy. I'll turn it
explain
off.
this in a
I'll turn
minute.
it off. Red peppers, we've done this before. It makes a very nice salad just dressed with a little bit of oil. You just grill them until they start to char like that. Take them out, pop them into a brown paper bag and leave them for about 15 minutes. And then what happens, it makes it much easier to get all that skin off, or most of it, particularly the charred bits. So you've partially cooked them, and then all you need to do with that is just remove that portion, take out the seeds that are inside like that, and then just slice them up into slices, which I've done here because that's going to be sufficient. But 2 of these, and then when you've got these lovely slices, and just because they're cooked, they're the most delicious sweet flavour. And that's all we have to do. But what are we going to do now?
Well, I was just going to show everybody. Then I was to go over to the griller and show you that... And the same to you. A man's just walked up in front of the camera and went... I presume it means I've got 12 minutes. Now, what I was doing quite seriously, I had overheated the grill. So just a very important... Would you not be quiet over there? It's a very important point, obviously. Be very careful, watch it. So I've turned that over. I've actually now lowered the grill considerably because I would like to serve this, what they call au point, which is... He's done it again now. It's one of those.
Oh, he's doing it to me!
I'm glad it was your turn.
For the mushroom salad, we just took some very nice button mushrooms. Now, some people,
Haven't
and I
you
know
done
one
that
not very
yet?
far to me, is very
I'm
close.
ready with my mango.
Well, wait a minute. You just cut the stalks close to the caps, and you either brush them with a brush, and there are mushroom brushes around, would you believe, or just wipe them with damp cloth, but you don't wash them when they're tight mushrooms. Now, you need anything up to, say, 2 dozen or so, depending how much you like mushroom salad, because this, of course, is a salad which has got no meat in it whatsoever. It's just a lovely warm mushroom salad. And that's all I'm doing, Pete, just to finish doing those up.
Get the cameras on me and listen quickly because it's going to pass you but once and quickly. There is a mango and there it is sliced. I bought it in a tin. Dave's going to use it later. No, quite seriously. Quite seriously, this is a lovely mango, but they're not in season all the time, and they are extremely... It did a carb this time, which is much nicer.
Yes, it is.
10 minutes we've got to go. Is a proper mango. But what I did, thinking that if you want to do this at any time, because it's a salad you can eat in the winter, I got a tin of mangoes, which are beautifully sliced, drained them of their juices, kept either drink the juice or freeze it, and use it when you're making a curry, because it's a lovely thing to put into a curry. But David's going to use those instead of a fresh mango at this stage.
Right, now, you just saute...
I'm getting good, aren't I?
If that had gone on the edge, you haven't got any more, what?
Yes, I have.
Off the floor.
I'd have picked them up.
Just with your mushrooms... Just with your mushrooms...
Who knows what I do down here?
With your mushrooms, just
Oh,
slice
that
them
fan's
and
lovely.
do them in a little butter and oil until they're just cooked. Don't overcook them, but just until they're just cooked. So just leave them like that, and then leave them in the pan because, again, we want to serve these warm. So I'll just turn those off. No, not yet. Have you done your duck?
Yes.
What's happened to it?
Perfect.
Lovely.
Get on with your bit.
Now, another thing we're using in this, in one of the salads, and this is quite nice, is to decorate it for berries because you get a nice flavour and taste with these. So we've got some raspberries here. Some of them actually look like strawberries, but they're not the raspberries.
They're huge,
some
aren't
black
they?
currants
Quite
and
seriously.
some alfalfa sprouts. Now, you can use, if you're using fruits like this, use a pale and dark fruit. You could use blueberries, for example, instead of the blackcurrants. You could use white raspberries, which I must admit are very expensive and rare, but it's rather nice to have with it. And then finally, you've got your duck raspberries. Finally, what we're going to do now is just do an avocado. Now, as you know, avocados are very difficult to buy. Avocados are very difficult to buy. All you want to do is just squeeze them slightly to see if they slightly give. Cut them in half. Would you mind? I've got to get on. You haven't got much time. Just put that in like that and take that out. Then peel it and slice them or cube them. And when you do, put them into... You can still hear it whether you duck down behind or not. Just put them into a bowl and put them in... There's a woman over here. You can come on in a minute and do it instead of me. I won't. He can do it himself.
Don't lose your temper with the audience.
Pop them into some lemon. I've never hit an audience person yet, but it's always the first time. Pop them into some lemon juice because that stops them going brown. If you get any avocado that are a bit sort of black when you open them, then just do them up and that's fine because... Where are we going?
Slice the duck.
Well, you can slice your duck later. Let's meet Bernie Winters!
Thank you. Thank you very much. Oh, you're very kind. May I say how delighted Schnorbitz and I are to be on the Hudson and Halls show. We're great admirers of these gentlemen because I really like to work with men that know what they're doing. They're so quiet around the kitchen. I've been here all day. I've never heard so much screaming and shouting in my life. I mean, Schnorbitz, when I told her we're on the Hudson and Hall show, she went mad because she loves them to death. Well, you can see. I mean, I'll tell you the truth, I've never seen her quite so wild before. She's so excited. Because tonight she might get one or two of her favourite meals, like Postman in the Basket or Dustman's Elbow, anything like that she likes. Because I call her she because a lot of people think because it's big, it's a man dog, but it's not. It's a lady. She's got no gearbox or anything like that underneath at all. And this is her favourite. She's awake, she's not asleep. Schnorbitz, look at it. See her eyes move then? You see that? Look, Daddy here, Daddy, yeah. She loves having her belly rubbed. What about you, madam? Are you the same, Anyway, listen, this show is brilliant to be on, and my main concern is to go in the kitchen and work with these two master chefs. So, Schnorbitz, come on, look at this excitement. We're going to meet them now. Come on, we're going in to cook. Here we go. There they are. There we are.
Hello, Schnorbitz, darling.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Where's she going? Now, you go and get changed, love.
Go and
get changed. There's a good girl.
Joyce,
just do that.
Just wash your hands. I know she's immaculately clean. There's a dry
yes,
one
but we
for
must
you there.
have hygiene.
Hygiene, she's up there on the second row.
Oh, God.
Right.
Bernie might like a little bit of, you know...
Oh, do you want a little bit of you know what?
Plonk, yes,
yeah, it's a bit better than plonk.
It's going very well, this show.
It is, isn't it?
It's so well organised with you two.
Oh, I know, we're very organised.
Yes, very
I mean,
good
they
indeed.
know we're
We've got
organised.
flies here, burning duck, but who cares?
Well, they like the food.
It's not, it's Bernie Winters.
Oh, sorry. No,
Bernie Duck.
that's a burning
Oh, I'm
duck.
sorry.
I don't mind, I'm just enjoying myself.
Here we go.
Listen, would you
Cheers,
like to-
everybody, I'll see you after the show.
Right. Would you like to help
I'll
us
just
get
get
this
some
ready?
salads out.
I'll do anything you want.
All right. What do I want on this one?
Loan us some money.
Oh, that's
one of
I'll take those away
those.
from him, Bernie. Yep, those
Now,
there.
this is...
That's lettuce.
Yeah, well, I knew that. Funny, it looked like lettuce.
These are a particular shape, Bernie, funny
Yes.
enough. One is for one particular thing and one is for another. I'll shift those out of the way.
Now, Bernie, we'll start on this one in the middle. Now, this actually here is smoked chicken, which I've just sliced up, because I want to get that now. What else do I want with this? I'll have to get me
don't know.
doodah.
Yeah.
Look, you read it for us, mate, because
You
I can't
serious? I
remember.
haven't got my glasses on.
And you? Cut smoked
give it to
chicken.
somebody in the
You want
audience.
avocado, mango, mint and honey dressing, all right?
I read that very well, I
Avocado.
Charles obviously didn't hear my
Avocado.
message,
Yeah.
did he?
One avocado!
No, avocado, that's the green one.
Well, who do I know? Avocado. they'll look the
Mint and
same.
honey dressing, that's
Mint
there.
and honey dressing.
And
that's
also
here.
No, that one's mint
that
and honey
one.
dressing.
I'll get used to it.
Yeah, we'll give it a shake.
All right.
That's the wrong one.
No, it's not. It's mint and honey.
Oh, the mint and honey, I beg your
Yeah.
pardon. That's
Yeah.
for you.
Where
Where's
did
mine?
you take the top off to get it out?
You just do that, look. You're as good as me. Hold it. That's
Oh,
it.
I see.
I don't want to do it quite yet.
All right, I'll
No,
wait.
because I just
I
want to put a
just
bit more...
now the French eat them very pink like
Yeah.
that. If you could see these, they're very pink. I want them like that, but if you don't like it in that French manner, just cook it a little longer with a little less smoke.
I don't like them particularly so raw like that. I like them a bit well done.
Oh, I was doing this for you.
Oh, well, I'll eat it then.
Well, you like that, don't you?
Yes, I do like them. Why does that fly keep coming up?
I don't know.
Now, what about this?
Well, I'm going to get to that in a moment, if you don't mind. I'll just put a
I
little
feel like I
crossing.
feel superfluous.
No, you're
sir.
not.
Well, I know
you're
you're
not.
not really
You're not.
superfluous,
You're going to
you're
be
helping us.
absolutely busy in a minute.
Right.
You won't
Now, what do
believe.
you've given it a final shake, haven't you?
Only the fly keeps coming back.
I
Wonderful
can't
food,
do
Hudson and Hall. 10,000 flies, can't be wrong.
I can't do it any different, but because you've got to have it. Mint honey dressing, mango,
Oh, come
got that
on.
right.
Yes.
Yeah, just sprinkle a little bit of that
Yeah,
over there,
just
not
a
too
soup
much.
salt,
You wanna
over
do
the
it with
top.
a spoon.
Oh, right.
Yeah, that might be easier, mightn't
Okay.
it?
I want to
Right.
do a non-cooking program, non-greasy and non-hot.
Yeah, you can do a bit on the mango if you want.
Oh, I'll
All right,
get
I
these. They'll
don't
be
mind.
here all night.
What's that?
Excuse me, I'll get what I want.
Oh,
for my
good, Pete.
salad.
It's enough hard,
Two
isn't
of
it?
your
Oh,
practical.
Well, I
my
want
God,
it.
a woman's work is never
There's your
done.
sesame seeds.
Oh, not those old
I'll
chunky
finish
ones.
this.
Oh, that's nice.
Do you want red pepper with that, Pete?
No, that's for you, the red pepper.
Oh, right. I'll put
Can't
some
you
red
remember
pepper.
your salad?
Now, this is just the
Oh,
warm,
I'll just say
more
what I'm doing
mushrooms,
here.
That's
right?
Now, what we're doing here really is just saying to about a little decoration, just to make something look a bit more fancy, because we're saying here a salad that can also be really a meal.
Oh, no, I
rather
don't want
than
that
a
one.
light
You
lunch.
don't want that one.
Shake this one.
Shake this one.
All right, give that a good shake.
I knew I was here for some reason.
Now,
I'm trying to figure it out.
Would you like to spoon some of that over the greens this time, not over the middle?
Over
all
the
right?
greens.
All right.
Yes, can I come over here?
Yes, please. You're left-handed. A lot of people are left-handed.
No, I'm not left.
I'm missing one, aren't
No,
I?
I know that. Now, just put the sesame seeds
Little
over the top
warm-
there.
Don't forget now, we're talking warm here.
Yeah.
There's the
Talking
warm
warm.
duck breast, the warm chicken,
Right.
and the warm mushrooms.
Now,
the
actually-
little warm... Shut up.
You can
Put your jacket
reiterate
on.
later. Bernie, when you were in the other week, you were in the show, the Royal Variety Show,
Oh,
weren't you?
yes, I did the Royal Gala performance.
Croutons?
and- No, the Royal Command performance. They weren't in it, the croutons. There was no croutons. It was the Queen and the Queen Mother. Sorry. And it so happens that, if I can get a word in,
Yes.
that you two should have been on the Royal Gala
Yeah,
show.
but we were working.
Yes, well, good. Some people were working, but I mean, that's... But the thing was, you're supposed to have done a number with
All
me,
right.
and I thought, as a royal family,
why not-
watch this show. Why
Right.
don't we have a go
All
at
right,
it?
well, let's
All
go
right.
through to the kitchen.
Oh,
Ready?
take the plate.
Let's go to the
and
dining
ready,
room.
and
One,
go.
2, 3, 4,
Strolling, just strolling, in the cool of the evening
You see, I didn't tell you, I can't sing either.
You can't see. Well, I think I figured that out for myself.
Right, now just pour this. Now, just to explain those for us, Peter.
Yes, well, see, here we've got, as I say, the duck. Remembering these are
That's
all
better.
warm, slightly warm. That's lovely done with venison breast if you want. We've got the smoked chicken here and the mango and the mint dressing and honey. And we've got at David's end there the mushrooms sauteed with the red peppers and sesame seeds.
Right, would you
Just
like
a lovely
one?
thought.
Give Bernie the duck
The
one.
duck, I like the
Oh,
You
duck.
can have the
Right.
smoked chicken.
Thank you.
And, darling, we haven't forgot our little girl here because she's
I
got a
have that,
very
shall I?
special
Oh,
dinner.
Look at
Snorbos. Look
this.
here,
Look at
come on,
this. Come along,
Snorbos,
darling.
look.
You're dressed for dinner.
Now, show
Oh,
me how well
beautifully
mannered you
dressed.
are. Speak. Yeah, that's one. Going in now. Then we speak again.
Go on, go in there and
Speak again.
Finish
Doesn't
takes it.
speak with her mouth full.
True.
Do you want another one? These are kosher. You're all right. Speak. Oh, my goodness.
And
These
by
are
the
all
way, if
food.
you'd like a complete set of the recipes we're featuring this year, send a large self-addressed envelope with a 30p stamp on it to Hudson and Halls PO Box 7. That's London W3 6XJ. Thank you all for coming along. Thank you,
Bernie, it's
Schnorbits.
been
Thank you,
wonderful.
Bernie.
Thank you, Peter.
Thank you to our audience
This
here. You've been
Sunday,
wonderful.
thank you.
And thank you very much to you at home.
God
God
bless
bless.
you.
We'll see you soon.
And joining Hudson and Halls next week will be singer Lorna Dallas.